Hello and welcome to Eve Basics. This video will be about meta modules. In my Tristan PvE ship fitting video, I solved my fit problems by using power cores and coprocessors. In other words, modules that boosted my total power grid and boosted my total CPU so that I could fit stuff on. So I've crammed a bunch of stuff onto this little Tristan guy here. A couple of Tech 2 light neutron blasters, a Tech 2 micro warp drive, a drone navigation computer, a Tech 2 damage control, and two Tech 2 drone damage amps. And he's flashing at me. So something's got to give. Now I could cram what goes up here. It is called a processor overclocking unit. And won't let me do it unless I uncheck that. I could put this up here. Even the small Tech 1 one will solve my problems. I'm not flashing anymore. But it eats up one of my rig slots. And I don't necessarily want that because I want to put a different rig in there that does cool stuff. So the first thing we're going to check on this fit is if we can make it work just by turning our Tech 2 modules into meta modules. And it downgrades their effectiveness a little bit, but they can fit a heck of a lot better that way. If you're building something with Tech 1 modules, this can also work for you as well. The first thing we want to do is take a look at our modules. The low slots I find are a really good place to start with this, especially when it comes to drone damage amps and damage controls. If you right click the damage control, it'll start there. It'll say show info. We can go to variations. This shows you all the different types of damage controls that you can buy or build in the game. Damage Control 1, our old buddy. IFFA Compact Damage Control. Damage Control 2, and then we get into some really expensive damage controls. These purple ones are just bonkers. They're called officer modules, and they cost a lot of money. These are faction ones, very effective at what they do, but again, very expensive. And then the storyline ones. But the ones that we're mostly going to be interested in at a basic level are the level 1, the Tech 1s, the Tech 2s, and our buddies, the meta modules. Meta modules are somewhere in between Tech 1 and Tech 2, and they have very relaxed fitting requirements a lot of times with about the same efficacy as your Tech 2 stuff. So if we take a look at the info on our Tech 2, we're already in there, what am I doing? We can go under fitting and see that our Tech 2 damage control uses 30 teraflops of CPU space. If we go to variations and go to the IFFA, get the attributes there and look at fittings, we see that it only uses 20. So if we look at the attributes of it, we're losing a little bit of stuff here, but we are gaining a ton of fitting room. Let's just check the damage control 2. So the damage control 1 is 25. And so it's even bigger than the compact one and worse at what it does. But we're going to get this Tech 2 out of here by just clicking that, and then we're going to just drag our compact one in. Now we're even closer. Look at that business right there. That's just good. So we're going to check one of our drone damage amps and see if it has a meta module that can go in, and of course it does. It's got the drone damp 1, the drone damage amp 2, and it's got the AEK compact drone damage amplifier. So we're going to look at the fitting of what's currently on there. It's 30 teraflops for each of these Tech 2s. And if we go to the info of the variations, it is only 25. So if we replace one of them, we will gain 5 teraflops of CPU. And so we're going to do exactly that. And now our build, just by swapping these two from Tech 2 to meta, or if this had been Tech 1, we would have still gained some from swapping it to the meta version. And now our fit fits. So this is a way that you can cram excess stuff on there. So now we have more room. We didn't use any of our rig slots for a coprocessor or anything like that. And now we have a bunch of stuff that we can do. We can still keep adding things. If we add something to the mid slots and it pushes us over the top, like, I don't know if we can actually recover from some of these things, like another drone nav computer, like we're at negative 26 here. So even if we meta everything, I don't know if we can make up for that. But you know what? Oh, drone nav computer does not have a meta module, so we'll look to our micro warp drive. Now, the anything that has the word compact in it has relaxed fitting requirements. So the regular one is 25, and the compact one is 21. for CPU. And obviously, for stuff like the micro warp drives, the power grid actually matters quite a bit too. The restrained power or the restrained micro, my words aren't working. The restrained micro warp drive actually has a different signature radius modifier, I believe, than its counterpart. So this is what, 450% sig radius modifier versus a 500% signature radius modifier. So this one, you'll take a little bit less damage, but it doesn't necessarily have relaxed fittings. In fact, what, 2515 versus 2517, so it's a little bit less, but maybe it'll come in handy. And the enduring ones, they use less capacitor. So when it comes to the choice of micro warp drives and things like that, there's actually more options than just the compact ones like there is down here for drone damage amps and damage controls and things like that. So you have lots of options. Let's stick the compact one on here. Boy, we're still in a lot of trouble. So honestly, probably no matter what we do with meta modules, even if we do it with our neutron blasters as well, this you have to do a lot of research into what these do. And remember, if you right click on something and put it in compare, then you can actually see what's going on. In fact, if we compare all of the meta modules and the Tech 1 and the Tech 2 and not polarized, that's just craziness. If we were trying to find a relaxed fit for the CPU, if we put that in, we can see that the modal light and the regulated light are about 5 teraflops less each than the neutrons we have in there. So that would save us 10. We'd be getting closer. We might as well pop them in just for fun. So you can drag stuff in right from here too. We're going to go with the modal. These guys are real nice. And we're still not there. We'll drop our other drone damage amp down to a compact one by just holding shift and then left click dragging over here. And yeah, we still can't get there. I didn't think we'd be able to. But you know, there's always other solutions to things. You've got your processor overclock, and you can do that. And look, we're just going to make it if we pop that in. If we hadn't changed some of these out, maybe we wouldn't even be able to make it with one of these. So there's always options. If you really want two drone navigation computers on your Tristan drones, which, hey, I mean, you know, it's not a bad idea. It could be fun because now they can fly at almost 5,000 meters per second. They're really going to get there fast that way. Without these, what happens if we put them offline? We have to re-show the info. I don't like how I have to do that, but now they're only flying at 3,200. I mean, that's basically crawling along like a turtle. But anyway, so that's what meta modules are. There is a meta module for almost every module you can put on your ship. And they can really help out with your fitting space, especially when you're just starting out. Thanks for watching Eve Basics. I hope you enjoyed my videos. Isn't the Tristan adorable? And I'll see you next time.